All right, what's going on? We have a little issue here. You guys probably been wondering why I haven't been posting. So for the past couple weeks, I've been dealing with, somebody backed into me. So I got new fenders. I'm gonna be ordering new headlights. All the brackets broke. Got a cracked bumper I'm gonna deal with in the spring because I'm not too worried about it. This is all, unaligned, if you guys can see. So, so I decided to get some Type R style fenders. No, they're not the same as the Type R fenders that come on the OEM Type R. It's literally like a regular Civic fender, but it has the vent designed into it already, so you don't have to put that little stupid sticker that a lot of people like to run. But yeah, I'm just gonna unbox this, and then I'm actually gonna show you guys how I wrap it, because I'm not installing it without wrap. So that's the main reason why I'm not fixing the bumper right now, because I can't wrap it after it gets painted. So I gotta wait till the spring. That way when it's warmer out, the paint will cure and I can at least wrap it within, a couple days. Because right now it's like 15 degrees outside. So that paint's not gonna cure, and I don't wanna drive around with like a black bumper and the rest of my car's gonna be blue. It's kind of corny to me, so yeah. I will be getting new headlights as well. I just didn't order them yet. I didn't really give you guys an explanation of what happened, but some little kid like backed into my car and then that happened. So instead of going through insurance, he gave me cash. I'm not gonna tell you guys how much, but he gave me the money for OEM parts, and then I just covered whatever else I wanted. So I decided to upgrade my fenders for these because I knew I was gonna get them anyways. So I just put the extra cash I needed to get these fenders, and then same for the headlights. I'm getting some sequentials coming in, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into this unboxing and how I wrap these fenders. Alright guys, so I went ahead and pre-cut the vinyl. So you figure the roll, actually I'm gonna grab the roll. The roll is 5 feet tall, right? So you figured that this is, the 5-foot side. I only cut about, I'm gonna guess, the fender's about 3 feet wide. So I cut about 3.5 feet. Your goal is to not cut too much vinyl, because when you have too much vinyl, it's just hard to work with after a while. So I'm gonna use this one piece for both fenders, and you're gonna see how. So I just want to give you guys that as a heads up. This is how I wrap cars. I'm not gonna be using a squeegee on this application. I like to use wrap gloves, and to me, I'm more comfortable with it. It may not be the 100% only, the only way to do it, but that's how I do it. So if you don't like it, oh well, some people get mad, some people don't. Like, just this is how I do it. Like, this is what I'm comfortable doing, and it comes out good. Like, my wrap's been on my car for about, what, 9 months, 8 months. It hasn't peeled, and I'm not a professional. That was my first time wrapping a car, so you feel me? Like, I ain't got nothing to say, but I just wanted to show y'all that this is basically how I'm gonna start off. So I'm basically gonna cut, and I'm gonna actually cut into the arch as well, so I don't have too much excess wrap, and then I'll show you guys what goes on from there. All right. Alright, so this is where I smoked myself because I didn't realize how hard it'd be to work on this on the ground as compared to working on it when it's actually on the car. So you're gonna see me fumbling with the vinyl a lot. It's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just I didn't realize that. I didn't even think about it beforehand that this Fender's gonna be moving around a lot. So, you know, my suggestion is if you decide to wrap something off of the car, make sure you have somewhere you can put it where it's gonna stay stable and not move around. So as you can see here, I'm just trying to tack it down on the corners. That way I can do something called glassing it out. So the easiest way to wrap something is by glassing it out. So basically you just want to tack it down and then stretch it across the panel that you're actually wrapping. That way it's as smooth as possible with the least amount of wrinkles. In my case, I couldn't do it because I couldn't get it to tack because one, it was probably about 50 degrees in my garage, so it wasn't really sticking as well as it should have. And I shouldn't have taken off the backing, but you know, you guys can learn from my mistake. I was gonna re-record this on the other Fender, but then I decided to just use this as an example so you guys can learn from my mistake. But yeah, don't do what I do, basically. Like, you know, you're just gonna end up fumbling around with the vinyl and then it's gonna get dirty. It's a whole mess. But just keep watching here. You'll see, you know, I eventually got it fixed up and I'll explain later on in the video. Alright, so basically right here you're gonna see I figured a little something out. I'm tacking it down in the center on that body line, closest to the wheel well, if it was actually on the car. And like I'm gonna try and glass it out on both sides as best as I can. And then I'm gonna work the vinyl on both sides separately. So my goal here is to try and stretch this side out without untacking the other side. And then, you know, I'm using a little bit of heat now just because it's cold in my basement. So I'm using a little heat just to soften it up a little bit. That way I can try to stretch it. As you can see, I'm still fighting the Fender because it's moving around too much. Like if it wasn't moving, I could have probably got the Fender done in maybe 20 minutes. So that's how long it usually takes me to do a Fender. But as you can see now, it's a little smoother and there's less wrinkles. So on the next step, you'll see something that I do. And that's where you'll see that, you know, I kind of like start getting into it a little bit and I start fixing my mistakes and correcting everything. Okay guys, I got alright yo. Yo, I got dumb frustrated just now because this shit just got me dumb tight. So on the car, this is like the easiest panel to wrap. So I tackled it thinking like it was gonna be easy, but I didn't factor in how much it's gonna be moving around. And this is becoming a lot harder than I thought. So for the most part, I got this glassed out right here, like meaning there's minimum wrinkles. I'm gonna work on this body line first. The first body line down here. I'm gonna flatten everything out, get all the air and bubbles out, and then I'm gonna work on stretching the vinyl forward and up and work my way up from there because honestly I don't see any other way. Normally how I would work this is I would work on this center body line that's going here, and then I'd work down and then up. But considering that this thing is moving too much and this is the only thing I have flat right now, this is like the only way I can do it. So yeah. All right. Sorry, I just got taken away. I don't even know if this recorded or not, but basically I was flattening all this out, so this is smooth now. As you can see, the body line is a little more defined. Now it's time to work up. So for the most part, this is pretty wrinkle free except for here and up there, but that'll stretch out easier. I'm a little more concerned with this side, if anything. So yeah. I'm gonna make sure I capture this side and try to do it correctly. After I'm done, I'll tuck all this stuff You don't really have to tug too much, just so enough that, you know, it doesn't lift. And then you're gonna post heat everything anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. But yeah. All right, guys, after about 30 minutes of fighting with trying to figure out what's the most comfortable way of doing this thing off the car, I got into a little groove and I was able to glass everything out. It's really hard to tell. Lighting in here isn't all that great because it is my basement, but the body lines, everything's been, you know, all the air is out. There's no air. So the next step after this is going to be to post heat it. You know, you want to make sure everything is shrunk properly. Your goal when wrapping is not to stretch the vinyl, because that's how you get failures, and you don't want that. So I tried my best not to stretch. I think the only stretch I have is up here on the front of the fender, but it's not a lot. You know, if you're gonna stretch, keep it under, I believe it's like 20% stretch, and I barely stretched that. I had to get some fingers out. So as you notice, I didn't use a lot of heat either, because you're not really supposed to. I only used it when, like over here, when I had trouble and I knew I was gonna get a wrinkle across the whole top. I've already learned how to like kind of work with the vinyl and get it to work with me. So it's kind of like a practice, trial and error kind of thing, and then you start figuring things out. But yeah, so I'm basically gonna just post heat it and then trim all the excess and tuck everything afterwards, then heat it one more time, and then that's pretty much it. Alright, yo, so that's basically it. Like I said, I was just trimming all the like edges and stuff, as you guys can see. I didn't do too bad. I didn't know that the vents wouldn't cover this. Can't even see it. Nobody's gonna really see that. If you're that close to my car, I'm knocking you out. No fun. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. I mean, I haven't wrapped anything in a few months, so come back and do this again. I feel pretty confident in doing more wraps. Yeah, so that's basically it. Type R style Fender from ABS Dynamics. My shit gonna be flea. Nah, yo, I'm actually hyped. I'm about to get this on Friday. I'm gonna drop it off to my guy, and then I'll show you guys how it looks after all that's done on Friday. So stay tuned. I still gotta order sequential headlights. I might do that after I'm done editing the video. So yeah, but here's a good look. The quality isn't bad. I had to trim some of the plastic off of this joint, like the vent. It's like 2 pieces on the bottom, just so it could slide in. And you actually gotta use like a good amount of force to get it in there. It's not gonna break or nothing. I like banged it. So if you do decide to order these Fenders, you know, you seen it here first. There's definitely people out there with these Fenders, but nobody's made a video. So I'll show you guys fitment after it gets installed. And that's another reason why I want to get it installed professionally, because they could, you know, tweak the fitment and make sure if it's right. So until next time, peace.